The crowned one.
The crowned one.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Glad to have you back here at the Crown One. And I wanted to touch base with you guys and just talk to you guys about an article. I actually wanted to report this a while ago, but as you guys already have known, with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, really kind of taking a break from reporting news. I did one article, I want to say a few weeks ago, about something else. I mean, you can check it out on my channel, but I want to get into this. This is what I was planning on doing before September 10th of last month, and it is the dependency of people when it comes to AI. So let's get into it. And if you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the latest updates and the latest uploads for latest content. Now, I've been looking at this article for a while and just want to see, get you guys' thoughts on whether or not people are becoming too dependent upon AI. Now, I myself use AI on a personal basis when it comes to clearing up speech. Sometimes I'll repeat some of my words. I'll say and the, and I'll try to plug it into AI, see if I can get an output and have something a little more coherent when I'm doing different types of reports. Now, you also will see within corporate America, corporate society, where AI is being pushed, especially when it comes to passive AI, agentic AI. You'll hear concepts like large language models, which are LLMs. Won't go into too much into details, but you can keyword search those. It'll run you through the whole gist of what that stuff is. Natural, I think it's like NTPs, like natural timing process or something like that. Forgive me, it's been a minute. But yes, so we're already seeing the prevalence of AI within our society, where some are even thinking that it might be a bubble. So let's jump into this article here. Now, as you guys know, AI has seen about 400 active users per week. Now, that is a lot. Now, you're talking about people putting in prompts where they're trying to use images, stuff like that. But I do have the $1 million question for you guys. Are we leaning too much on AI? Are we starting to rely a bit too much? Is it starting to become a crutch? Are we creating a codependency with this AI? And you guys can do searches across the web where you've seen some extreme cases where people have, with the assistance of AI, committed a crime or two with the use of AI advisement. So, of course, they're putting in prompts and stuff like that into AI. AI is not like showing up on the scene and say, hey, can I help? How can I help? But as you guys know, AI is input output. It outputs what you put into it, and it's going to answer your question. So that's one case. Another, actually a sad case, is where somebody actually started to develop a rather intimate relationship with the AI. And I would say from that instance, absolutely yes. Leaning too much, yes, definitely yes. When you start to make personal connections, even when you're starting to ask questions about your own personal life, like just understanding who you are as a person, that's where it becomes a bit of an issue, because you don't want AI to be some sort of digital genie in the bottle or digital palm reader, where you're just going to it and getting the answers that you want to hear, because that's what AI does. It's not to the fault of the AI. It's input output. It's going to give you the answers you want. So let me set the stage here. Now, as of early 2025, OpenAI confirmed ChatGPT had reached about 400 weekly users, what we talked about a second ago. And that is a meteoric rise, placing it among the most widely used digital platforms in the world. Now, the allure and also the risk is that it's not surprising why ChatGPT is so popular. It's ultra excessive, it's responsive, it feels eerily human, like increased, I use it as a tool. That's how you have to look at these things. Use it as a tool. That ease of use makes for some ChatGPT more than just a tool. Of course, for some people, it starts to become, again, a crutch. Now, experts expressed concern as ChatGPT becomes, I'm losing my place here, as ChatGPT becomes a go-to for everything from support and decision-making to even thinking for us. Dependency, risk growing silently. Now, of course, this is what I, talked about here, and you can see in the article as you scroll down. You can even see in the headline, scrolling further down to the article, you start to see it becoming an issue, again, a crutch for us humans. Now, beyond convenience, there's a deeper and perhaps a more troubling development, and people are turning to ChatGPT as a confidant, even a pseudo-therapist, and that is definitely concerning. Now, I have my own personal opinions about psychiatrists. Therapy, I think therapy's cool. I mean, it's cool to talk to somebody about things that you're going on, and there's free care within the state that I'm in, which is Florida, for people to see therapists, especially for veterans. Again, myself being a veteran, and just kind of talking some of this, some of the stuff that goes on in your own personal life. I think that's cool. Be careful who you reveal yourself to. I would say exercise caution. But what's this pop up here? This just came out. Okay, was this already here? I wasn't looking at my screen for a second. I'm looking now. This big winky emoji face is popping up here. But anyways, so mental health pros say AI can be helpful, especially for starting tough conversations anonymously, but it should supplement, not replace, real human therapy. Now, I will also say, because I use AI a lot, it helps as a segue when you're trying to figure out when you're trying to open a dialogue. Like, hey, what are some suggestions? Not so much, am I a horrible person or am I a good person? That's where you kind of, again, want to pull away from it. But to each his own. I would caution the individual about confusing AI with real human therapy. So moreover, relying on AI to navigate emotionally charged moments or arguments may unintentionally dull our own emotion processing and communication skills. That's, again, something we just have to continue to watch out for, simply because, for obvious reasons. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but, just be careful out there, guys. So some of the hallucinations of critical thinking, now we can't forget that ChatGPT isn't infallible. It does hallucinate. It can confidently produce false information, which is dangerous, and it's your go-to, and also when it's your go-to source. So using AI as a single source is just bad news all over. You want to use different, I will say, credible sources, sources that are verifiable, that are empirical. You want to measure those criteria against the information that you're given, because again, media is a lot of media is private, is privately owned, and then you also have some of the government media, but that doesn't abdicate them from any personal bias. You have to see the events for what they are when it comes to, I would say, rationalizing real world events. You want to be careful of biases, and of course there's human bias. That AI is created by humans, so therefore AI is our child, so to speak, and it's going to have those biases. So it's good to see the tangible, if you will, as it unfolds, and be careful of interpretations, of biased interpretations. That was probably the best way I could kind of like generalize it for you. Best way to look at things, especially when you're getting hand-me-down information. Trust but verify. So now get this: OpenAI CEO Sam Altman recently sounded the alarm. He's speaking at a Federal Reserve event. Altman warned that many users, especially younger ones, who are very influential, feel they can't make decisions without consulting ChatGPT. I can't make any. Somebody's quoted saying, "I can't make any decision in my life without telling ChatGPT everything that's going on. It knows me. I'm going to do whatever it says. He described that kind of reliance as worrying and potentially dangerous. Dangerous for obvious reasons, worrying also for obvious reasons. Now, some of the social bonds and dependencies, there's been an even deeper emotional territory at play. Users are no longer just using ChatGPT, they're bonding with it. Again, red flag. We're seeing emotional attachments using AI companions or confidants. These parasocial relationships can blur lines, and are often one way, but feel intimate. Like I was saying before, it is an asymmetric relationship that the intelligent human, sentient human, that they're developing with an AI that has no emotion, no attachment, no allegiance, no fealty. It regurgitates. AI is a more sophisticated way of punching in numbers into your most basic of calculators and getting output. And that's effectively what AI, it is a calculator. It calculates answers using different algorithms, different large language models, and it provides an output. It does not tell you it loves you unless you tell it to. If you type in AI, tell me that you love me, it will tell you that it loves you. And obviously, and yes, it sounds like the average person would know this, but there is a population that's growing thinking that they're having a relationship which is symmetrical, a relationship with a machine. And this is not to ridicule, to berate, or to belittle, but to warn, to encourage real human interaction. And yes, people can be real mean, can be real nasty, but there are some honest to goodness people who just want to see people do the right thing and want to do the right thing themselves and see good on the earth. You have to put in the work. It is a little effort to type in a few words and form a relationship with something that is nothing more than a bunch of ones and zeros. It's too easy. And I think that's why people are flocking to it, because it is the shortcut. It is the easy road. And I have to tell you that forming lasting relationships with people is a lot more rewarding. It's a lot better when you have someone who loves you willingly, because that's when you know it's authentic. It's not going to be authentic with a machine. So I don't want to lecture you too much. So just a quick recap. ChatGPT is wildly popular and useful, but over-subscribing to its use risks stunting emotional growth, skewing judgment, and even altering how we process everyday life. A quick self-check before we reach for AI is to look for help in avoiding doing something yourself. Now, is this temporary support or emotional reliance as it refers to ChatGPT? We want to keep ChatGPT as a tool, which of course is what I said, but most importantly, not using it as a lifeline. This is a bit of a report / public service announcement. Guys, hey, look, man, just be careful out there, because AI is being controlled by someone, by an individual or a group of individuals. It has to be managed. I don't say control, but managed. Yes, control, because it's a machine being controlled by someone. And I will also say that AI saves your logs, or it saves your prompts. It stores those prompts. So every single thing that you type into it remembers, quote unquote, in air quotes, remembers. It stores it all, everything. I would exercise caution if I were you, but again, teach his own. You make your own decisions. If you're a parent who has kids, me personally, I wouldn't allow my kids to use AI for obvious reasons. The mind of a child is still in an impressionable stage, and it's just too many unknowns when you put a child who doesn't know better with an AI that is going to give you everything, tell you everything that you want to hear. So hey, look, hope you enjoyed that PSA. But again, guys, stay safe out there and take care.